Holy Spirit, fill this place. We are standing at the gates, waiting here to take our place. Loving you, my Christ, on faith. Holy Spirit, fill this place. We are standing at the gates.
Here we are, once again. This is Brother Hassan, and you are tuned in to Recovery Connection. Let me tell you something. It's time to get clean.
He should have died that day, but he didn't. He got away. He was living the life out the silver spoon. He was riding like a cowboy gone to the moon, but the pipe had him. Life's no fun. Now he's just his mama's son on a dead-end street. He don't really know. His only family's the rocks and the blow. Crack, kill, Applejack. He jumped in and he couldn't jump back. He was just too blind to see that. There in the rock house. Crack, kill.
Did you hear what I said? It is time to get clean. Fiend. Let me give you this number. The number to WGBB 1240 AM radio is 1-631-888-8811. Let me give that to you once again. 1-631-888-8811. I want to thank you ever so much for joining us here on the program on this evening. Recovery Connection, as we've said before, is something of a very unique program. And as a matter of fact, let me say that this is the debut episode of the television program Recovery Connection. So we're bringing it to you from the radio station on this first episode. We don't know if it will continue in this mode, but certainly, at least for now, that's what we're doing. On an upcoming program, I'll be giving you the dates that you can tune in to Recovery Connection on Recovery Connection TV, that is. But I thank you so much for joining us. Certainly the subject matter is extremely important because some would say that there's a crisis of substance abuse, drug addiction in the United States of America, and I would certainly concur with that. There certainly is a crisis. There's a pandemic as far as many are concerned, and so many lives that are lost, and not only lives that are lost, but lives that are just in such disarray as a result of the disease of addiction. Now, to be certain, there are many that will not accept the concept of addiction being a disease, but for those in the recovery community that don't accept that premise, they certainly are in the minority. And something we stand on this program is the fact that everyone has the right to recover. And now we do not advocate for any particular recovery model. We don't advocate for even any of the particular 12-step programs that may be out there, because one thing that may work for one may not necessarily work for the other. I'm hoping that I can get a wave from my engineer over here for the camera over there, Brother Trevor. How are you, Trevor? That's good. That's good. Believe me, this program could not go on. It could not continue without Brother Trevor And certainly I have a particular affinity for him because we kind of hit it right off, you know, and his expertise has certainly made the program, you know, profound, or at least in my estimation, profound, you know. But again, getting back to what the conversation was about, or is about, is that everyone does have a right to recover, and it's not up to me or anyone else to say, well, it has to be this way, and you have to go that way in order for you to be successful in finding a place of sobriety, a place of being clean in your life. There are so many slogans that goes around, and most of these slogans don't belong to any particular program or fellowship or whatever you want to say. But one thing is that take it one day at a time. Did you understand what I'm saying? Take it one day at a time. Don't get high today. Just don't get high today. If one day at a time is too much for you, try 1 hour. If that's too much for you, try 1 minute at a time. Whatever you do, try your utmost. Get yourself a higher power. Find yourself a God. And you know, I've said on this program before, some of these programs, some of the 12-step fellowships, they make it certain or make a point of letting those persons that are interested know that it's not a religious program, but it is a spiritual program. That's the reason. One of the primary suggestions on almost every level of recovery is that one find a higher power, that they acknowledge the fact that it takes something greater than themselves in order for them to put themselves in a position where they may be able to recover, where they can reclaim their family. I was thinking about the word recover, you know, to put the cover back on. Can you relate to that, what I'm saying to you right now? To take and put the cover back on, because the disease of addiction can peel your skin back in a symbolic manner. Just the rawness of it can be so very, very hurtful. So what I have attempted to do, and what the organization Recovery Connection has attempted to do, is to make certain that we provide this program as a forum. If you wish to call in, if you wish to share some of what you may have gone through, and let me say this, it's an anonymous call-in program if you choose to be anonymous. If you choose to identify yourself, you may. If you choose not to identify yourself, then again, you do not have to. But the primary thing is that you have an understanding that this program is not something that I thought up just for me to satisfy something in myself, but it's that I want to give back. And my higher power has delivered me from a whole lot of different things besides substance abuse. So, I mean, I've got to give due what due is due. If you understand what I'm saying. I'm truly a blessed man. I say on another program that I host and produce, and that's One Spirit, One Faith, One Baptism, that comes on Saturday mornings over at WGBB, Saturday morning, 7 a.m., that, you know, I'm a walking, talking miracle. And I bet that there are so many of you out there that can claim that label, walking, talking miracle, because you're living, you're breathing, and there's no doubt, I can imagine the kind of hell you may have been through. But, you know, no particular story is unique in and of itself, because one common thread when it comes to addiction is pain. It's pain. Now, some person's threshold for pain is more or less than others. Some people, when we speak about hitting a particular bottom, and when we say bottom, we're speaking about a point in your life where you have a moment of clarity and say, oh my goodness, or oh my God, I've got to stop. I can't do this anymore. I'm dying. Because for those of you that are listening, or those of you that are viewing, the horror, and I did say horror, worse than any horror movie that you've ever seen in your life. Dracula, talk about vampires, talk about the Wolfman and all of that. The disease of addiction far exceeds any horror movie. I don't care, Saw, 1, 2, or 3, Scream, whatever it may be. The horror of addiction far exceeds that because, number one, it's not a movie. It's real, and it has happened in person's lives. And my heart goes out to whoever may be listening. And I would pray that they heed the call to seek some help. To seek some help. Listen, the same zeal which one goes out to look for one substance or another, use that same zeal to research and find out where you can get help. You can call some of the hotlines. There's an NA hotline. Just go pick up the telephone book and ask, can I have the 800 number to NA or AA, or call up the Department of Drug and Alcohol wherever you may live. Now, I'm only mentioning the names of these fellowships because they're just resources. I'm not advocating for any particular model of recovery or any particular fellowship, but there's something that's out there, and that's information that should be shared with the person in the recovery community. Now again, when we speak about callers, you yourself do not necessarily have to be in the throes of addiction, but if you're a family member of someone who's caught up in addiction, the disease of addiction, then listen, it would behoove you to call in to share, because there's someone out there who's going to be able to relate to what you're saying. Sometimes we have an obligation to share with other person to attempt to give them some solace, to give them some peace in their lives. One of the great things about some of these fellowships is that there is support for one another, because the disease of addiction, though it affects the family, the community, and as a matter of fact, the nation, it's a lonely, lonely disease. And when I say lonely,